Frontline Updates, where we delve deep into military strategies and updates from conflict zones. Today, we're discussing the progress of the ongoing special military operation as of April 21st, 2025. I'm your host, Sharifa Mohammed MGT.
I'm Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an infantry officer. During this truce, Ukraine attempted 6 offensive actions in areas such as Sukhaya Balka, Pershe-Travnya, and Oleshnya, Kursk region, all of which were repelled. Notably, 90 aircraft-type UAVs were deployed by Ukrainian forces, including 8 launched outside the designated Special Military Operation Zone. All were neutralized. Additionally, Russian positions sustained over 1,400 artillery and rocket attacks and more than 3,300 quadcopter strikes. In the border regions, 19 shellings, 49 FPV drone attacks, and 16 ammunition drops were recorded across 25 Russian military positions and 51 civilian settlements.
Welcome to Frontline Updates, the podcast that brings you in-depth insights into military operations from those leading them on the ground. Today, we're joined by Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an infantry officer monitoring critical missions on the progress of the special military operation as of today. Colonel Oguntoye, thank you for being with us.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Colonel, the Supreme Commander-in-Chief declared a ceasefire beginning the evening of April 19th for the Easter holiday. What happened during that window?
From our side, the ceasefire was strictly observed. All units across the Special Military Operation Zone were ordered to maintain current lines and hold fire from 1800 hours on April 19th through to midnight on April 21st. We interpreted this as both a strategic pause and a gesture of goodwill, particularly in recognition of Easter. However, our forces came under sustained attack during this time. Ukrainian units violated the truce nearly 5,000 times. These were not minor infractions. They included artillery barrages, drone strikes, and direct assaults on both military and civilian targets. We recorded 1,404 artillery attacks, over 3,300 quadcopter strikes, and even drone-launched ammunition drops over Russian border settlements in Belgorod, Bryansk, and Kursk. That includes 49 FPV drone strikes and 16 munitions drops against Russian strongpoints and civilian-populated areas.
So once the ceasefire ended, how did the Russian armed forces respond?
At precisely midnight on April 21st, our forces resumed full-spectrum operations. The transition was immediate and synchronized. Each regional command had pre-identified priority targets and had forces postured to strike. In the Belgorod direction, the North Group resumed offensive operations by engaging Ukrainian territorial units near Khmelevka. That set the tone for renewed engagements in Sumy. In Kharkiv, our West Group engaged mechanized formations around Kupiansk, which has been a key flashpoint for weeks due to its logistical access routes. Our Southern Group in Donetsk focused on a cluster of enemy formations across Sherbanovka, Konstantinovka, and Yablanovka. They struck multiple Ukrainian brigades, mechanized, National Guard, and territorial defense elements. Equipment losses were significant on their side, including armored vehicles and artillery platforms.
What about Central and Eastern fronts? Did we see similar intensification there?
Yes, the pattern held across the Central and Eastern axes. The Center Group launched strikes against Ukrainian positions in Krasnoarmysk and Novopavlovka. These weren't just infantry formations. Ukrainian Marine and assault regiments were operating there, supported by drone warfare brigades. We prioritized their neutralization, knowing their presence was tied to rapid tactical mobility. Further east, near Belgorod, our East Group targeted Marine brigades with concentrated fires. Again, these are not static trench formations. They're mobile, well-equipped, and often positioned near key road junctions or terrain choke points. The objective was to prevent them from reinforcing other sectors once fighting resumed.
And the border regions, particularly the Kursk direction, how did that sector evolve post-ceasefire?
The Kursk region remains a front line of its own. During the ceasefire, we held firm at our positions, in line with high command directives. But at midnight on April 21st, our North Group resumed precision strikes against Ukrainian formations attempting to reassert presence in the Gornal axis. In the past 24 hours alone, Ukrainian forces lost up to 50 troops in this zone, along with multiple armored fighting vehicles and artillery systems. These are cumulative hits to an already weakened front. It's worth remembering that in this region alone, Ukrainian losses since the start of the campaign exceed 75,000 personnel, and their equipment attrition includes over 400 tanks, 300 APCs, dozens of HIMARS, and US-supplied MLRS systems. So, the Kursk axis may not be moving kilometer by kilometer every day, but it remains strategically active. Denying the enemy space to regroup along the northern frontier is vital to the broader effort.
Let's end with the broader picture. What does this all tell us about the direction of the campaign at this stage?
The ceasefire held only on our end. Ukrainian forces attempted offensive actions near 6 settlements, locations like Sukhaya Balka and Oleshnya in the Kursk region. All of those attacks were repelled. But the message was clear: Kyiv had no intention of using the ceasefire for de-escalation. We're also seeing intensified efforts to disrupt their rear echelon support. This is where our operational tactical aviation, drones, and missile forces came into play. We hit 74 infrastructure nodes, military airfields, UAV depots, and temporary deployment centers. The goal is to hit them not just at the point of contact, but in their ability to sustain operations beyond it.
What does that mean in the days ahead?
A continuation of our strategic doctrine, simultaneous pressure along all fronts, integrated fires, and control over escalation dynamics. The enemy attempts to exploit pauses to reorganize or launch probing attacks, but our ability to respond rapidly, coordinated through air, ground, and electronic warfare elements, neutralizes those moves before they gain traction. Despite ongoing political narratives, the battlefield realities speak for themselves. The Ukrainian side is bleeding personnel, losing high-value Western equipment, and becoming increasingly dependent on short-range, asymmetric tools like FPV drones and quadcopters. That's a shift born out of necessity, not design. We remain focused, well-supported logistically, and committed to seeing this operation through. The ceasefire offered an opportunity for reflection, but also revealed the enemy's intentions. Our response now must be equally clear and decisive.
Colonel, thank you for providing such a detailed briefing on the current military situation. Your insights are invaluable to our understanding of the conflict's dynamics. And thank you to our listeners for tuning in. Join us next time as we continue to provide up-to-date coverage on global military affairs. Stay with us for more updates and expert analyses on global defense and security issues. Stay informed, stay secure.
Thank you for the opportunity. I want to emphasize that our forces remain committed to achieving our objectives while minimizing unnecessary harm. We continue to monitor and adapt to developments on the ground.